I want to say thank you to all of my Patreon supporters who help support the channel. Also, I want to say thank you to my Twitch subscribers. Help the channel out by donating or go to patreon.com. Thank you. So, we're here doing some art. And because this is a video segment, I'm going to have to ask you to like and subscribe, follow, all that other good stuff. The Patreon's down in the description. And the Discord server is down in the description. And early in this stream, I was talking about how I was watching the JonTron and Destiny debate. And well, here we're gonna actually go to a recent video, and we're gonna actually talk about some things. It's gonna be a little heavy. That's why I started doing art, of course. When has Crimson 60620 been any way to shy away from heavy topics? But let's actually get to it. This is a video that Destiny recently did, a clip that he really recently did with Kidology. And I've actually watched some of Kidology stuff. I wanted to take the time to go over the stupid ass comments that you actually saw from, like, you know, FD Signifier in the gang, where he was just shitting on her, and basically you can tell there was some issues that was going on there, where, let's just say it, because he thought black women, they should share their ideas, and he's kind of like really pushing that shit, or not really criticizing certain people because they already get enough criticism, which is stupid. But yeah, let's go over this video, and then we can have a conversation about exactly what's going on, and we can go from there. And of course, I'm going to be stopping it to react to it. So let's go. Okay, that was stupid. Let's go.
I'm getting black. You're blackpilling me right now. Oh my goodness. Yes, you. Yeah, of course. Do you not realize that? You just asked a stranger, would you have sex with me? What percentage of men walking up and down the street, if you asked them that question, do you think would say yes? One of us is living in reality.
Okay, I forgot he talks quickly. Oh God, I can't really do that on this video with him. And as somebody who talks quickly, and I actually have to slow myself down a lot for my job, yeah, he talks quickly. But let's go. Let's go. No.
The other one is on the moon right now. I'm not sure.
I'm not on the moon.
Somebody said, Destiny, confront her about calling herself a femcel. You call yourself a femcel?
A femcel? No, not at all. I
think
think we know these. Oh, I think this has to do. No, I'm not a femcel. But oh yes, about being involuntarily celibate. Basically, is that what they mean?
That might be one definition.
Now, I've watched Kidology stuff, and do I get femcel vibes? Because there is a whole different thing with femcels and women being involuntary celibate. I don't get femcel vibes, but she does fall into some tropes. But let's go.
Oh yes. Well, I've made a few videos about being involuntarily celibate, and that's, again, this isn't as big as it was made out to be. I was basically trying to just make a point.
Do you claim that you're an incel?
So here's the thing with this, and I want to make sure that I'm like super clear with this. This is the reason why I kind of actually wanted to actually do the video. I didn't see the full thing, but I wanted to do the video because it's pretty interesting the way this conversation goes. And here, let's get on with it.
But I'm involuntarily celibate.
Yeah.
Yes, I don't want to be celibate.
Wait,
but
why
I am.
But you could. Okay, so finish what you were gonna say. Sorry.
The point I was trying to make, in so many words, was that I think that it's important for. Please stop.
I'm sorry. I'm just. It's just one of the dumbest things I've ever heard in my life.
So this is falling into some, admittedly, some incel talking points, and I'll tell you why. Just because a woman is attractive, like we're not gonna say she isn't attractive, just because it's perceived that a woman can get sex easier doesn't mean this is always true. But you're going to be hearing that they're going to be talking about two separate conversations. But yeah, let's go.
So I want to hear you. I'm just curious if you can build the bridge out to make that make sense.
Because you have a particular definition of being an incel.
Yeah, well, celibacy means not having sex, and involuntary means that even if you wanted to have sex, you wouldn't be able to, which doesn't make sense for like 95% of women on the planet. So I'm
incel talking point. This is definitely an incel talking point. And I would actually disagree. Because here's the thing. Just because you have the ability to screw anything doesn't mean that it will be fulfilling. Doesn't mean that it'll be worth it. And definitely doesn't mean that it would be it'll be good. But you'll see what I mean. Let's go.
I'm just curious how, yeah.
No, I do disagree with that.
Okay.
Especially in this day and age, I do disagree with that. I think that I was trying to make the argument that, incels actually have a lot more in common with normal people than they think. That in terms of this idea that incels are not able to get laid because they're just so undesirable and women are so picky and everything is not the case. Otherwise,
this is actually true. If you're describing yourself as an incel, you've already lost the motherfucking point. There is a time in everybody's life when they are involuntary celibate. It doesn't mean that they're ugly. It doesn't mean that they're lost genetically. It does kind of mean that they may have few options. It kind of may be that they have mental health issues or personality issues that they need to address. But ugliness is not a thing. I have had gray hair since I was fucking 14. I still have gray hair now. And I still am able to interact with women. So much to a point where I can choose if I want to be intimate with them or not. That is a thing. It is nothing about the way you look that will stop you from actually being able to have a relationship. I'm sorry. There are people who have one or two limbs, not missing one or two limbs, that are still able to live a life with relationships. Nothing stops you from that. And guys, if you're an incel watching this, I want to tell you this. What is the problem in a lot of cases is an attitude about it. That's it. And I'm not saying that, you have to be feminist. Like, no. Just be the person you would want to be around. But let's continue.
Incels and femcels would have hooked up by now. But instead, any woman who even tries to put a toe into an incel forum is just kicked out. So I was trying to make that point more so that, if we just talk to each other, we get a lot further than where we're getting now.
Yeah, I agree. I agree for that. But I still think that for women, if all you're looking for is sex, basically any woman in any first world country can download Tinder and find a guy in 45 minutes.
Yes, but this is such a reductive idea about what sex is. And this is the problem, because incels think that if they have sex with a woman, that's going to solve all their problems. Sex is actually...
So, again, this is the whole thing about, you can get intercourse whenever you want it. A lot of people don't want to just intercourse. They want intimacy. And that's the thing. And if the rumors are true, Destiny fucks as much as he wants to, all that other good shit. But a lot of people aren't looking for intercourse. They're looking for intimacy. A lot of incels, they don't want intercourse. They want intimacy. And this is the problem where you just boil down sex to just penetration. It's not. Intercourse is penetration. But sex is a whole motherfucking exercise. And until people get that, then you're gonna have issues. By the way, if you haven't done so, like the stream.
Not just this idea of just putting your penis into a vagina and then somehow your world is just restored. Like, it's a lot of communication, talking, understanding the body and the physicality of the specific individual.
Yeah,
it's
I don't disagree.
process.
I don't disagree with any of that. But you'd be a vol-cell. You're voluntarily celibate, right? Because if you wanted to.
Now, that is a good point. Yes, she is technically a voluntary celibate person. And there's nothing wrong with that. If you are somebody that needs a emotional connection, if you are somebody who needs an intellectual connection and you don't get it, that is still it's still that you can't find that connection. So in that case, it's involuntary. But if you want to boil sex down to just intercourse, she's a vol cell. But that's fine. I personally, I can't have a physical relationship with somebody that I can't have a conversation with. I know people who are in the lifestyle who can't have a physical relationship with somebody who is not, who they can't have a conversation with. That is a thing that happens. And that's not a bad thing that happens. It's just how some human beings work. And now I'll take a picture. But let's go.
To just bang somebody, it would be easy to do that. But you're not.
No,
but you're
I want to
voluntarily.
have sex with somebody, but I want to have actual sex with somebody, not this hypothetical.
Yeah, so you're looking
of
for
what sex is.
a good, like a healthy relationship, and then for some sort of action to occur within like the confines of like a.
No. That's different. It doesn't have to be a healthy relationship, but it does have to be somebody who just doesn't want to use another person as a human sex toy. Well, they can use you as a human sex toy with permission and safe words and blindfolds and ticklers and paddles. I'm sorry, I'm going off in a different direction. But no. It's not about I need a relationship. Intimacy doesn't require a relationship. A relationship in far as I love you, you love me, we're a monogamous family. Like, no, it could just be a connection. And this is the like some of the things that a lot of incels miss. Sometimes, maybe you don't want to treat the woman like a cum dumpster. Maybe you want to treat her as a gaming bro that has a vagina that you like to have sex with, or anime pal that you can talk to and put your penis in their mouth. Like, sometimes that's what they want. Sometimes they just want the acceptance and somebody to touch the penis. And I understand that. But don't get this twisted. If you're somebody who claims to be an incel and you think you just want somebody to touch your penis, no, that's not what's going on. What a lot of it is, and I see the incel tears posts in the forums, a lot of it is, I'm mad somebody's a couple. Not that they're openly having sex in front of me. No, that somebody likes them for who they are. And that is a problem with boiling it down to, I just need to stick a penis in a vagina. When some of these guys, they don't even want that. They're not exactly straight. But let's go.
A loving, romantic, healthy relationship, I imagine, right?
No, I don't even need that. I think I just want the sex to be good. I want it to be, a meaningful experience. I want it to be profound.
Well, yeah, so, like, within, like, the confines of, like, a loving, romantic, healthy relationship, no?
No. Why can't you understand that?
It ends up being like that. Yeah.
Well, okay, here's what I don't understand. Because
I need, like, a...
Sure, but, like, you could download Tinder, and you could have, like, 1,000 guys in your DMs tonight, right? You could probably find, like, good sex. If you're just looking for good sex with one of them, I would imagine, right?
Good sex. I don't think so. No, no. I don't think good sex. I think just based on my particular situation, like I haven't had sex in years. My last sexual experience was incredibly traumatic and just has stunted me as a human being. I'd have to get to know the person, like actually know them, actually uh, develop some kind of connection before getting to that point.
And see, this is what I mean. This is literally just talking about either demisexual or sapiosexual. It doesn't even mean that you need to be in love. It's like, yeah, we can talk about something other than where to put the penis in what hole. That's a thing that happens. And some of us actually need that. Sometimes, you have conversations like, hey, did you see this movie? Did you like this movie? Can I tie you up? Why do I keep mentioning tie up? Anyway. Sometimes people need that. That doesn't make it, we need to be together and love each other for the rest of our lives. But let's go.
Most definitely. And Tinder's not for that. And
it can be.
Yeah. I'm also not. Yeah.
You can chat. You can have conversations with people on Tinder. You can find like a lot of relationships and stuff even start on Tinder and everything. No.
Not a real conversation.
And they're talking, and Destiny knows what he's doing. Like don't get it twisted. Destiny knows what he's doing. He's just being a dick. He's trying to break her, and he is just being a dick. Like no. Destiny knows what he's doing. He's just being a dick, and he's feeding the audience. Like, don't get this twisted. He has the Sneeko audience and the people that just graduated from Sneeko's audience. He has all these other motherfuckers, but he's just being a dick. He knows what he's doing. But let's go.
And I'm sorry, I don't.
Yeah.
That's why he's laughing.
I feel
I'm
like
a Luddite. Maybe it's just because I just came to the social media smartphone game a bit late. But in terms of the conversations that I've had on dating apps, it's really it's a market. That is what it is, and it's not something that I think sex should be in. Hence my sort of opinions on pornography. I think that sort of creating a market.
Wait, what's wrong with porn? There's nothing wrong with porn. I'm sorry, porn is a fucking art. Especially the cheesy ass act. Oh my god, okay. And maybe it's a porn that I actually consume. Alright, so I will say this. The porn that I consume is not we just made a porn in the bathroom and I'm just pounding her. Like, no, like, fuck. I love the fucking awkward ass acting. Like, I was a fan of the Bang Bros in the early aughts. Like, yeah. Like, oh, do you want to come ride in our bus? And, yeah, we're going to pay you. Like, I love that cheesy ass shit. And that's me. I love that shit. But I knew it was acting. But this whole thing about, like, just indiscriminate, like, oh yeah, we filmed ourselves. Like, no, that's, or even the we're already in the bed fucking, but it's awkward couple fucking. Like, that's the porn is funny to me. Like, it's just like, because I've actually had the sex like more than once. I don't like these big production of sweeping Playboy. Oh, first he came in with the roses and then this happened. Like, no. Either have the awkward shit or have the fucking playing around shit. Or even have the overacting. So there's nothing wrong with porn as long as you know that's not real life, and the ones that are real life are awkward as shit. But let's continue.
Around our intimate relationships and our private lives is what really undermines just everything in the long run. And so I don't think starting off from that foundation for the majority of people.
You know what? And this is what actually doesn't get me. This is what I actually don't get about people that have an issue with porn. They never have an issue with romantic movies. Hell, they never have an issue with just non-fiction movies. Porn is fiction. I don't get the whole thing. And I'm not saying that everybody should watch porn. Obviously, there's a time and a place for it and a maturity level, but they are never ones to say like we shouldn't tell fables, we shouldn't tell myths, we should learn from them. But then they say porn is bad. It's a fuck like you. That's why they're called porn actors. I'm maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm looking at this the wrong motherfucking way. But let's continue.
People is a good thing. I don't think it's good for us to have so much access to so much potential choice. I think at the end of the day, it's just a false perception of having a lot of people and a lot of potential. It's like having 20 brands of the same ketchup.
So I hate this idea of choice means bad. Choice means bad. No, just learn to choose. And this is from somebody who I recently got stun locked. All right, so story time. Because I've been down a vehicle, I've been doing Grubhub, and I literally got stun locked for about 30 minutes trying to decide what I wanted to eat. Part of it was price. Broke motherfucker here. By the way, did you know I have a Patreon? All right, no. But I recently got stun locked. And quite literally, whatever expectations that you have, go in with your expectations, but not with unlimited expectations. Okay, what do I mean by that? When I go into a dating app, I know what I want to fucking choose. I know the age range I want to choose. I know the buzzwords to look for. I know, like, say, I love Jesus and I put God first. A lot of times, they're not gonna like the fact that I'm atheist. What else? What is it? Some other shit like I'm a boss. Like, and I'm not for somebody who literally feels that they have to announce that they're a boss or alpha. Like, if you have to tell people something, you generally are not one. Like, shit like that, I know what to look for. And to me, the one requirement is at least C cups. Okay. Yes, that part of the physical appearance fucking matters to me. But can you blame me? Titties. Everybody likes titties. Okay, let's go. But dating apps are not the problem. It's where people think, oh, I have to do this, put this out there. Oh, you don't respond to me. Okay, whatever. You didn't like me. Okay, let's go. But a lot of people don't have that idea. But let's go. Let's go.
Up. It's like, what do you choose? It just becomes more overwhelming than anything else. And yeah.
I mean, I understand what you're saying, but I feel like when I look at things like Tinder, dating apps, like, aren't these just formalizing markets that have kind of existed historically already? So, like, for instance, like, when you go to, like, school or when you go to, like, work, like, everybody's kind of, like, talking here and fucking here, and there's kind of, like, this is, like, the cool Chad guy, and this is, like, the hot Stacy person, and this is the shy, like, don't these kind of things, like, exist kind of?
Yeah, and this is actually true. Those things did exist, and is for people who say that they didn't, I don't know how you can actually square that circle, because those things did exist. And as much as I don't look it, I actually had a few girlfriends in high school, you know, even though I was like turning gray at motherfucking 14. It was funny because it's just opening up the pool. And I get it, a lot of people can't handle that, don't like, and I'm not saying they can't help it, they don't like rejection, so they run away from it as much as they can. And with them running away from it, they miss out on some key things that may actually fortify them for later on things in life. But yeah, no, it's always been there. And when you magnify that, some people, they don't know how to see the magnification. And not to say I'm a callous motherfucker, but the jobs that I've had, I've had to learn how to deal with taking a no, and it just translated to dating life. So I know it's difficult. I've done 20 years of customer service work, and some of it was sales. So I've had to take no's and no's and no's. And yeah, no, you kind of learn how to deal with it, but a lot of people don't have my experience with that. But let's go.
Naturally, anyway. I mean, like, do you think that Tinder makes it that much more meaningfully different, or?
Oh yes, definitely. Because this isn't just your school. This is every single school within your region with even more people, even more possibility. And this is also people's profiles. You're effectively determining if you want to have sex with somebody's photograph and a very short bio. It's basically somebody trying to sell a product to you. It's not a real person. It's in no way conducive to, I think, creating the healthy relationships that people need, which are very specific to individuals, and I think very idiosyncratic in that way. You sort of can't replicate them in the way that online dating tries to, in presenting sort of women as X, Y, and Z and men as X, Y, and Z. And ultimately, I think we can just see this just in that typical statistic of what's it that all the Red Pill people quote about.
I know that statistic, and it's just like, it's coming from a biased source. Like that's what I don't get about that statistic. It's coming from a source that just really just seems like it like it's one statistic. It's like the 1350 statistic. It's taken completely out of context. It's completely just, they don't talk about why it's like that. They just say, this is a stat, facts and logic, reason. And it's just like, it's so fucking stupid. Because if you knew what it was about, then you wouldn't use that fucking study. But, you know, men lie, women lie. Statistics don't lie, but people can build a lie around a narrative of statistics. But let's continue.
80% of people on dating apps are men, and that women are also only interested in only 20% of the 80% of men.
Well, I mean, that's on dating apps, it's like 5-to-1 men to women. So that puts you in a good position. You're ready to rock. You got the pick
I don't
of the
think
litter.
so, actually. I think it's what I said about this sort of having so much choice, unrealistic choice. Nowhere in my real life would I have that kind of choice. Whereas on social media or on
dating apps are your real life. You can meet those people on dating apps. This is what I mean. Like, I understand both of the sides of the argument, but they're both wrong, but they're both right, and it's just so fucking irritating. Anyway, guys, if you haven't done so, like and subscribe. Leave a comment. If you have a question to ask me, you want to address it, come on, let's go. This is a thing. I am live. You can talk. It's okay. But let's go.
dating apps. I would.
I think you have the choice. I think you have the choice in real life too, though. No,
I'm going to be dehumanizing of the men, which is not good.
Well, like, hold on.
You said you worked. Think it's good.
You said you worked in a supermarket before, right?
Yeah.
You probably could have had sex with any of your coworkers if you asked them to. I would imagine.
Me.
No. Do not fuck people you work with unless you were previously, before you started working there, in a relationship with them. Do not fuck where you work. That causes all types of shit. No, do not. No. Destiny, you're showing your privilege here, my friend. That's not how that works, dog. That's not how that works. That's not how any of this shit works. But let's go.
Oh man, I'm getting black. You're blackpilling me right now. Oh my goodness. Yes, you. Yeah, of course. Do you not realize that?
No, I couldn't. I mean, I
Wait,
was
no,
interested
I don't
in
mean.
someone
Hold on,
for
wait.
work,
I'm sorry.
but
I don't mean like
no.
you would be necessarily interested in it, like you would have the romantic connection. But if you propositioned any of your coworkers for sex, like 99% of them would say yes. Okay. Wow. We live in. One of us is living in reality, and the other one is.
No, you have two different fucking perspectives. You dumb fuck. And this is the problem with a lot of these motherfuckers. They are so concerned about their perspective. And again, they're having two different conversations. She's talking about demisexual and sapiosexual shit, and Destiny's just talking about intercourse. There is a thing. There are guys, incels, femcels. It is okay to have motherfucking standards. Standards are a thing. It's not a bad part. It's not a bad thing. It is okay to have standards. Standards actually help you. Oh my God. If that is the case, then women will be okay with having Bob. And if you don't know what Bob is a battery operated boyfriend. But that's not what she's looking for, you dumb fuck. And you know it. God damn. If it's just about orgasm, women will be okay with Bob and guys will be okay with a fucking fleshlight. And some people are, don't get me wrong. Some people are. But what it is that you really want is the intimacy. And I'm not even talking about, oh, we in love. Just somebody you can have pillow talk with afterwards. God damn. Well, let's continue.
Just on the moon right now. I'm not sure.
I'm not on the moon.
I feel pretty grounded on planet Earth right now. Fuck.
So do I, actually.
If I was in London, we should do.
I really
hold on, wait.
don't-
I'm just curious. Or sorry, no, go say your thing. Don't let me cut you off. Go ahead. Oh, okay. Hold on. Well, I'm not gonna talk. If you were on the street,
I don't even know how to respond.
yeah.
To
If you,
this,
I'm just
actually.
curious.
He's about to say something incredibly stupid. He is about to say something that's incredibly stupid. Either he's gonna put on some kind of experiment where he's gonna say like, "Would you want to sleep with this woman?" and totally missing the point of what she's saying. Or let's go.
If you're on the street and you're standing there and you're polling guys and you're like, and you just ask a stranger, would you have sex with me? What percentage of men walking up and down the street, if you ask them that question, what percentage of them do you think would say yes?
Well, I do need to consider things like race in my situation.
Wait, no. I mean, not for
already-
you willing to fuck them, but just them. If you just ask a stranger on the street, men are walking by of all creeds, all races, all religions.
I'm a little bit concerned about where this one is going, but let's see where this goes. Let's go.
Whatever. And you ask them like, hey, just curious, if I said like, do you want to go get a hotel room and bang, would you be interested? What percentage, roughly speaking, of men do you think would say yes? I'm just curious, in your mind. I have a number in my mind. I'm curious what you think that number would be.
40%.
Jesus.
That's actually low. I would say 60. Just based on standards, I would say 60. I think that people who label themselves, and I've watched Kadology's video, and I know that she has some issues where she has, I wouldn't say self-esteem, self-image issues, where she does believe that because she has to wear makeup or things like that, she's less desirable. But this also goes to show that women don't always believe that there's a standard of beauty. Be it she's a woman of color or anything like that, it doesn't matter. Like, women actually don't think that I'm high and mighty, that I can get any man. That's not a statement that comes out of a lot of women's mouth. Or comes out of a lot of women's mouth. You know what I mean. But let's go.
Wow. Okay. In my head, that number is closer
I think
to
I have more faith in men than you do.
Well, that number is actually like
true.
90 to 95%. 40%.
Yeah.
Okay. Jeez. Interesting.
Don't you think that men can be picky? I think men are very picky. I mean,
Absolutely not. Even the
bullshit. Like, yes, there are men that are picky. Look at the incel community. Look at the incel community. Yes, there are men who are picky. I just. And again, Destiny's doing this to fuck with her. That's the reason why he's doing this, because he's fucking with her. But let's go.
The most giga-chatted guy that you've ever seen has fucked women that he's too embarrassed to tell his friends about. Like, everybody. Yeah, when it comes to sexual selection for men, go talk to all the red pillars or any of the self-proclaimed dating, whatever. Yeah, like men's standards for sex are way different than their standards for dating. I think that for women, they tend to align a bit more closely. I think the question that I ask women is like, of the last like 5 men you fucked, how many of them would you be willing to date? I feel like most women would say like probably 3 to 5. But if you were to ask men of the last 10 women you fucked, how many would you be willing to date? Their number would be like 1 to 3.
Okay. I can see defeat. I agree with you on that. I do agree with you on that. I think
That's not a good thing, though. That is not a good thing. That is not something that we should be like, oh no, that's cool, that's great. No, that's not a good thing. That is not. I'm sorry to say. Just say like, I'm just fucking people that I wouldn't have a conversation with. And yeah, okay, I know sapiosexual here. I know that's who I am, but that's not a good thing to me. That you're just fucking somebody just to fuck them. But all right. Now here, I will say this: bedroom performance can actually lower that number. I'm not gonna lie, it can lower that number. You're like, oh, you vibe, and then you kind of get into it, and you're like, we didn't click sexually, but that should also work for women too. But I don't know. Let's go.
I personally have a very different perspective of sex. I think for me, sex is far more profound an experience and an encounter.
Which is fair, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with it. That's and even if I'm being sexist, that's like the woman answer, which is fine. That's the
no. That's not. Some people are demisexual, dude. There are people that are demisexual. There are people that are not. But she's just describing that she's just a demisexual. That's it. And for those of you guys who don't know what demisexual is somebody who has to have a emotional connection. It doesn't mean love. It doesn't mean that, oh, I need to love you for the no, it just means that you need to have some sort of emotional connection. You can be sapiosexual, which also means that you have to have an intellectual. It's the people that intellectual conversations turn them on and shit like that. But she's just describing that she's a demisexual. That's it. That's all she's describing. But yeah, let's go.
The answer that I think a lot of women would give is like, because but the reason why I think, God, fuck, I'm like being red pill right now. The reason why women are more selective, though, is because I think men are the ones that tend to chase the sexual experience more, and women are the ones that tend to be a little bit more guarded about it because they can get it whenever they want, right? Like, I think most women, like, if you wanted, this is why when you say incel, it's kind of a weird thing, because if you wanted to have sex tonight, you could hop on any dating app and you could fuck like 20 dudes tonight, and you could get like free dinners and fucking $20 from everybody. Like, you get gifts while doing it. It would be that easy. But for guys, it's not the case.
And
it would be challenging.
And he's just being, he said it, he's being red pill. This is the craziest shit. Like, and he's perpetuating this belief. Like, and even somebody as progressive as I am, one of those things just doesn't make sense. One of the things that I had to get over with dating is that there are women who want to take care of you. And I don't mean like they want to cook for you, clean for you. Like, no, they want to provide you gifts. They want to treat you as, hey, you do this for me, you treat me this way. Let me treat you pretty good. But let's let this finish out. Let's go.
Even for like really chatted out dudes, if you're just hopping on a dating app, you'd still have to put in a bit of work to find that experience. But yeah.
yeah, so let's just do this. But yeah, with that happening, this I had to actually go over it, you guys. Like you had like it was weird to say the least that this shit was happening. But, I guess it's this whole thing about a sexual marketplace. Did it exist before dating apps? Yeah, of course it did. Did it exist where it was such a limited pool and most people just took what they could get? Yeah. But I want to make sure that a lot of people have more standards in what this whole survival thing for. We have eliminated the hunter gathering type of aspect of our nature, and now we are supplied in most nations with the idea of agriculture and somewhat adequate supply of food or trash food. So we don't have to fall back to the hunter gatherer ways of our early ancestors for the most part. And kind of like dating has actually evolved that way. Yes, we have fucking dating apps, and yes, we have a glut of choices. But that just means that both men and women can be more selective. That's the thing. Both men and women can be more selective of what they have. And God, just have standards and admit that you want somebody to touch your private parts, but also you can have an intimate relationship without wanting love. That's a thing that happens. But anyway, guys, as I said before, like, share, and subscribe. We're gonna finish working on this artwork, and yeah, we're gonna cut this video segment here.
If I gave myself the power